Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first ever Smart Talk podcast, the first of what I hope to be many, hopefully. I am, of course, your host, Twitch, and as you just heard, I'm joined by my lovely co-host, the one and only William Price, also known as Gabriel Storm.
Mushy mushy. How y'all doing?
So, this being the first podcast that I'm going to attempt to be doing, it's going to be a bit rough around the edges. It's room for refinement, but you know, it's a work in progress, and I'm hoping to, just get out like that. And it's going to be slow, but hopefully we get across what I'm trying to do. And of course, like I said, room for improvement. So
We're just finding our feet right now.
yeah,
It's new territory for both of us.
yeah,
So.
it's very new territory, but considering Gabe has since stopped doing active content.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so kicking off first in the wrestling world, currently we've just come off the heels of the SmackDown only pay-per-view. Or was it SmackDown exclusive? I'm sure they like to use
SmackDown exclusive.
Yeah, they like to sound fancy. No Mercy.
Mm-hmm. It was fairly decent.
And it was a really fairly decent pay-per-view. And the build-up to it as well was so well done. Like,
Yeah, everything was on point.
Yeah, it's like I've not been invested in any of the storylines in WWE for years because, let's face it, there's not been story. There's this guy, they're going to have heat, that's it, it's done.
Yeah.
There's no reoccurring repercussions, which now, since the brand split, seems to have just created a little bit more. I will say SmackDown is doing it better than Raw.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
I feel
Definitely.
I definitely feel more invested in SmackDown than I do Raw. Well, aspects of Raw anyway, but more on that in a bit.
The only one thing I will say about No Mercy, which I felt let it down a little bit, but we'll get more into it as we discuss it more, is the structure, like the layout of the actual show.
Yeah, this is one of the things I wanted to pick out on first.
Yeah.
It started off with the world title match.
Which I wasn't too happy about.
No one was, but we then later found out in the night that it was the presidential debate.
Yeah, so I understood it more then.
So we kind of got it, but at the same time, it's like,
the main event is supposed to close the show, especially if it's the title match.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Of course, it was also like there was only 2 title matches. There was 3 booked, but of course, only 2 ended up happening.
Yeah.
No, sorry, there was 4 booked, and only 3 ended up happening
because Becky Lynch got injured. What was
Becky
the other
Lynch got injured in SmackDown Tag Team.
No, they did that one, didn't they?
Yeah. There was 4 title matches, and only 3 of them happened.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay,
That's what I said. But yeah, the main event triple threat match for the WWE World Tag Team Championship between John Cena, Dean Ambrose, and I've said this many times, and I can't believe I'm saying it, WWE World Heavyweight Champion AJ Styles.
Oh, yes.
Never thought I'd ever say that.
Yep, and
I'm a massive AJ mark. I know this is called Smark Talk because we consider ourselves Smarks, but I am an AJ Styles mark now and forever.
I'm the same. I am
just going to point that out there.
I will say, however, if I wasn't going to get the AJ Styles win, I was actually I don't often say this, you know how I feel about him, but I was actually rooting for John Cena.
We all were.
Yeah.
One of the biggest driving points of this match was the fact that John Cena is a 15-time world champion.
Mm-hmm.
And in wrestling, there's only one guy to have won it more, and that is Ric Flair, the Nature Boy himself. He's won it a total of 16 times.
16-time world champion.
So, going into the match, there was like this big, a build-up, like saying,
John Can he do it?
Yeah, can he do it? Can John Cena do it? Because they're playing a heavy emphasis on the fact that can John Cena still go in the ring? Is he still the John Cena we knew a couple of years ago? I'll be honest. Yes, John Cena is a bit sluggish in the ring these days, but you take a look back over his career and you notice that for the longest time it was only him and a couple of other superstars who were the star power, and they were overworked. I genuinely believe that. I genuinely believe that for the longest time, WWE put aside the health of their talent
Yes, definitely.
just to pull in numbers.
Look at the spots and like nearly pre PG era
Yeah,
that John Cena was a part
like
of. I mean, he got chokes.
mid 2000s.
Yeah, he got busted open with chairs. Like he bled heavily at one point in a JBL match, I believe it was.
Yeah, it
He
was the
got choke
JBL.
slammed through. Yeah,
Yeah,
he got choke slammed through a spotlight by the Big Show.
so
He did all these crazy spots. So obviously that's going to take a toll on the body.
yeah,
And
so
on top of that, he's got the pressure of having the PG era sort of built around him as well.
yeah, he is like the defining factor of the PG era.
Yeah,
And again, that was what's so great about it, because Dean Ambrose, again, in the numerous face to faces before No Mercy
the promos, yeah.
promos, yeah, that like, and Cena was savage on one of them.
Oh
Like
yeah.
when Ambrose came out, blanked him, and was just straight in AJ's face, and Cena turned him round and said Stone Cold was right to call you out on his podcast. Shout out Stone
Oh
Cold.
God,
Like,
that was the most uncomfortable podcast I've ever listened to.
yeah, but would Dean Ambrose hit Stone Cold? I'm sorry, Stone Cold might be old, but I still think he's one of the toughest men on the planet. Honestly,
Oh yeah.
I still think Stone Cold would have smacked the shit out of him, and he wasn't wrong.
No,
Stone Cold
no.
wasn't wrong. Dean
Stone Cold
Ambrose
was trying to get a rise out of Ambrose to get a
Yeah.
reaction.
Yeah, and the thing is, Ambrose, for all the work
Literally.
he's put in like that, he's not a saint.
Oh no.
Like
He
in
even admitted
any-
he's done like countless stints, in like what was it, middle or high school, or whatever you want to call
yeah,
it.
in the middle of high school, but he's also done things over his career that have been like
Over his career, yeah.
less than, less than honourable, shall we say, to get to where he is. But you can't
Yeah.
blame a guy for that, because he's put his entire life into it. But it was cool to see that dynamic. And then the one thing I felt a bit left out was that AJ didn't really have anything other than, it's the same. If I was here 15 years ago, you wouldn't be where you are now, Cena.
And I would, be strongly with that fact. I believe that,
a lot of people believe that. I believe that.
Saying that though, would he though? Because we all know
Yeah.
how Vince McMahon likes his, big muscly men.
Yeah, I know. And that's why I know a lot of people like to say new era, same old shit, but there are differences cropping up
Yeah.
within within the WWE, and it's nice to see that change, because I think Vince has taken a step back from it.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
definitely feels more Stephanie and Shane's WWE than it does
Yeah.
Vince McMahon's. But again, there's still that, there's
They
still...
called the WWE the land of opportunity and all that, but now it really does feel like the land of opportunity.
it feels like there's different people. And again, let's let that. The one thing I'm just not happy with since the brand split is that it seems there's too much wrestling.
Oh God, and we will get into that later as well.
Have
Yeah,
you felt that? Like, it's like that, and that's
Yeah.
something we will get on with, after we something like that. But
yeah.
another
But the
drive,
main event.
yeah, after like that. But main event kicked off. No Mercy. Speaking of main event, and this is moving into our next topic.
Mhm.
What I believe should have main evented No Mercy after that then should have been The
Yeah.
Miz versus Dolph Ziggler.
Definitely should have been the main event. But if I could take a quick step back, I just want to point out that John Cena did come up short. AJ Styles ended up winning the match. So Cena,
Yeah, he did.
in his retrospect, didn't actually make history, but he actually at the same time
Did make history.
Yeah, because I've actually got on the notes here that John Cena,
Has appeared at like multiple
68th is his
Yeah.
68th main event on pay-per-view, which is like an all-time new record with Undertaker and Triple H tied at what is it, 67 apiece.
Some
I
of
got
that,
you.
yeah, just under 7.
And yeah, just to give you a clarify of how long Cena's been working, his first ever main event on a pay-per-view was the Royal Rumble match in 2003. And his last, actually, this would surprise me, to be honest. His last pay-per-view main event before No Mercy, Survivor Series 2014.
Wow.
That long ago, he's been out of a main event picture.
Wow. I guess,
Yeah,
that's
so
why,
that's quite
I guess
shocking.
that's why a lot of people have been like warming up to him a bit more then. But anyway,
Yeah, because he stepped away.
yeah,
Onto the Ziggler and Miz match, which was amazing.
yeah. Which I mean, now a lot of people have been saying stuff about this rivalry. I don't care what you say. I've been like me and my friends. We talk about it all the time. WWE needs less belts, more story.
Yeah, and this would definitely told the story.
It's you know, it's debatable whether they need less titles. I kind of know why they've got so many titles now, but at the same time, it would be nice to see less, but that's not the point of this. The Miz v Dolph Ziggler angle has been going on for what? The better of like 3 pay-per-views now?
Yeah, I'd say it was
So that's what?
2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what? A good 3.5 months? 4?
Yeah.
If that? At a push?
Yeah. And they've been like sort of back and forth like over the years throughout
Yeah,
their careers
they
anyway.
have been like that, and there's a big point of it.
Yeah.
And it's so real, should we say?
Yeah.
It feels real. We know it's not.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it feels
But
as if like, there's been a lot on the line every time they've stepped in the ring. Every time they've had a match,
Yeah.
it's been main event quality.
And I will say this, I think most of it is due to like the emotion that Ziggler has definitely put into his promos lately.
Yeah, it has been like that because the stipulation of the match itself was title v career, where the Miz was going to defend the Intercontinental title, and if Dolph Ziggler did not win, he would quit. And this wasn't quit SmackDown, go to Raw, quit SmackDown, go to another company. This was quit, and he's done with wrestling for good.
And there were a few teasers that he'd come back with a new gimmick, or that he'd what was it, that he'd you know, he was teasing on social media that he's taking bookings, and that even the SmackDown after No Mercy, on like the information thing on like I think it was the Skybox is have a look back at Dolph Ziggler's career and blah blah blah. So it was really teasing up, and there's a lot of build up,
you know,
for the match
for him to like not get there, and maybe maybe he was gonna quit. Maybe he was. Maybe at the last second they decided to drop the belt to Ziggler because they realized like, holy crap, this guy's. Let's face it. There's more guys on the mid card worth more money than most of the guys in the main event right now.
Oh yeah.
And that's not dissing on the guys in the main event, because if you think about who's in the main event picture, there's a few there and you're just like, yeah, I want to see these guys go. But I find myself far more interested these days in what's going on in the mid-card, because there just seems to be a bit more to it.
There are guys on the mid card that are definitely they should have been they should have been in the main events of most pay-per-views.
Yeah, they should.
You know, it should have.
That's the way it is. And
Hell, Ziggler. I mean, before the fucking Miz promo with storyline, he was in a title picture.
Yeah, he was.
And I'm gutted that didn't last longer, if anything.
The thing is like a lot of people think this loss now to Ziggler means that any hope of Miz getting a main event push is like that. I don't think. I think once we're wrapped up with the Ambrose, AJ, and Cena thing, I think we might get Miz back in the main event title picture, which may lead to Ziggler going into the main event title picture.
Yeah.
Who knows? But again, that's speculation.
You know who I would actually love to see, and sorry to go off topic, but you know who I'd love to see, be with The Miz? Because, The Miz has actually made some pretty decent stars, with, Damien Sandow, etc.
Yeah.
But it would make sense for Tyler Breeze to sort of be a part of The Miz's sort of entourage.
Yeah, but at the same time,
I
could see that, but at the same time, I prefer Miz as a solo.
Yeah, he's doing great on his own. I mean, let's face it, The Miz shouldn't even have a title in WWE with the fucking, stuff that he had. He's the guy from he's the kid from MTV.
Yeah.
But look at all that he's accomplished. He's like one of the
he went from
stars.
MTV host to Tough Enough competitor,
reality star
to multiple-time tag team champion with The Miz and Morrison, of course.
Yeah.
And from there, he went on to become one of the most must-see WWE champions of all time. And that was
the win over John Cena at WrestleMania.
Yes, we'll put that one in there. But no, this confrontation between Ziggler and Miz was great, and it ended the way I wanted it to end, because I don't want to see Dolph Ziggler go. I'm a Ziggler fan. I love the way he is in the ring. He is like the second. I said it during the match. It was like the reincarnation of Shawn Michaels versus the reincarnation of Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Now a lot of people might fight. Why would I say the Miz is the reincarnation of Ric Flair? Ric Flair personally himself has endorsed the Miz so many times, and the Miz uses a lot. Like, of course, during this rivalry, the Miz has been taking shots at Daniel Bryan, and he's been doing the kicks and the running, running back and forth in the corner drop kicks, which he cannot sell very well, might I add.
No.
It just doesn't suit him. Go back to what you were doing, Miz. But it was, the Miz is, he can get it done between the ropes. He's really good. And this whole rivalry, I've just felt it was like, yes, this is what I want to see. This and that. And it was a shame it wasn't the main event. It really was.
It was, yeah.
For me, match of the year candidate. 100% a match of the year candidate.
Yeah, but I don't think it'll win.
I don't think it will win, no, because I
No,
think
but it should be recognized as a match of the year candidate, definitely, yeah.
There's definitely one of those things. But no, that's like, that again, I think the SmackDown Live mid card is one of the better parts of the show currently. Moving on from speaking of the mid card and the different divisions within WWE, the women's division.
Yeah. Sorry to backtrack again, but
stop backtracking.
I'm sorry, but you did mention that Raw and SmackDown and WWE have too many titles. I wanted to bring this up, but they actually do have a total of 9 titles, and that's just on the main roster alone.
Yeah, they do.
But yeah, back to the tag titles.
Stop backtracking. Every time I cut into another segment, we move on. That is how this works.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, the WWE Women's Division. Holy hell.
Oh yeah, it's getting good.
When I say WWE's Women's Division, I'm going to put a heavier emphasis on the Raw Women's Division.
Yes, definitely.
1, there's more talent.
Mm-hmm.
2, there was already established rivalries. 3, Sasha Banks. That's all.
Yeah.
But no, again, we've been predominantly talking about SmackDown because we've just come off the heels of No Mercy. Again, No Mercy ended on a high. The Fallout ended weakly.
Yeah.
The women's division as a whole, you look at it a year ago.
Oh God.
It was terrible.
Painful. It was painful to watch.
Women were having matches, and you can't see it, but I just did the finger ellipses thing. That lasted less than 2 minutes. They were a glorified one-spot shot, 1, 2, 3, done.
They were bathroom breaks for the audience.
Yeah, that's what they were.
No one wanted to see him.
No, well, you say no one wanted to see him, but then all of a sudden,
boom! Now everyone's talking about it.
# give women's wrestling a chance.
Fucking Raw main event last week.
Exactly, and we come a year, come on from a year. They changed from the Divas division. We had 2 Diva matches at WrestleMania.
Divas.
Yeah, we had 2. Well, they were Divas at that point.
At the time, yeah.
I'm going to say it. They were billed as a Divas match.
Yeah.
We're at the end of the second Divas match, which was billed as the main event, as a main event.
Yeah.
We had a triple main event at WrestleMania. That is what it was booked as. At the end of that Divas title match, we crowned a new women's champion.
Yes.
With a belt.
And I think
that is so nice.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the
it looks like the men's
world title,
one, but it's a
the men's
white
world
strap.
title.
Yeah, it's a white strap, which I like. I like the different color straps.
They have recycled that look quite a lot, though.
They've recycled it twice. There's 3 times.
3 times.
It's the world title, it's the Universal title, it's the Raw Women's title, and it's the SmackDown Women's title.
Yeah.
The only difference of the SmackDown one is rather than a red background where the W symbol is, it's blue.
Blue, yeah.
But
which I think is fair enough.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's fair. It's the whole brand rebrand thing they've got now. But
everyone's already been outspoken enough about the Universal title.
I don't mind it, but that's news for
yeah.
It's
speaking of women's, where is Nia Jax?
Lost in the shuffle at the moment, I would say.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in a while.
I love Nia Jax. I think she's amazing. I do. She's something different.
Yeah,
she would not have thrived in the Divas division, but in the women's division, oh yeah. Once this whole Charlotte v Sasha Banks kind of v Bayley thing all blows over, I guarantee you she's going to be one of the women pushed for that title. But it's like I used to leave my computer or TV when I was watching the women's matches. I was like, this is just boring. I don't want to see it. It's embarrassing to watch. I didn't not watch it because I didn't like it. It was just embarrassing to watch.
I didn't watch it because I didn't want to watch it.
The thing is, because after a
horrible.
while, a lot of the NXT girls came up, and
I think NXT. Yeah.
yeah, I knew what the NXT competitors could do because I watch NXT religiously, and I was like,
I'm sorry to interrupt. But I honestly believe that I think it's because of NXT that the division has actually blossomed the way it has because
up the ante, because they have
they're actually being trained properly to do the moves.
Yeah, they are, and not as if they weren't trained to do it properly before, because we've seen that, like Nikki.
But it looked so sloppy.
Yeah, it did. But Nikki Bella, I mean, holy shit!
She's improved a hell of a lot. Yeah.
What
definitely.
happened? She had the neck injury. She went away. She comes back. She's Wonder Woman now. Like, holy crap!
Well,
that's one of the things.
But...
That's another thing I want to pick out on this nitpicking. Nikki now wrestles in jean hot pants.
Mm-hmm.
She is currently in a relationship with John Cena, who wrestles in jorts.
Yeah.
John Cena is billed as Super Cena. On her return, she came back dressed as Wonder Woman. They are billing Nikki Bella to be the Wonder Woman of WWE. No bones about that at all.
Yeah, I didn't notice the similarities until you actually pointed it out like that. But yeah,
exactly. But that's one of the things. But yeah, like, I love the way the women's division is at the moment. And you mentioned it earlier. For the first time since the likes of Lita and Trish Stratus,
yeah,
we got a one-on-one women's main event on Raw.
And not just that, they're actually trendsetting for the next Raw pay-per-view as well. They're up in the ante.
It was, but this match was Sasha Banks v Charlotte for the Raw Women's title.
And holy shit, did they outdo it. They blew it out of the park.
Again, another match of the year candidate in my book.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, definitely. I mean, one move in particular that caught my eye was the shooting star. It wasn't a shooting star. It was the spiral tap.
Yeah, we call it the spiral tap. Its official name is the corkscrew moonsault.
Yeah. To the outside of a ring.
Yeah, from the top of the rope, from the top rope to the outside of the ring by Charlotte. And now Charlotte is a tall girl.
Yeah.
She is a very athletically built woman.
Yeah.
Right?
No one will deny her athletic ability.
No, and like that. For her to pull that off was, for me, like mind-blowing. Because you see guys like Kevin Owens these days, top rope, fucking spin, jump,
moonsault,
like that, 450 splash, whatever the fuck. First F-bomb. Last F-bomb, hopefully. But it was... I was invested in it. I was invested in it because it was Sasha Banks and Charlotte. And Charlotte tried her best to, like, of course, like, if you haven't seen it, again, it happened a week ago. It's not a spoiler now. Sasha Banks did come out on top.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just picking up where they left off before she got the injury, and they took her out to check on her, blah, blah, blah. And Charlotte tried her best to play it off as if it was like, it's my title, blah, blah, blah. But you could see how happy she was at the end of the match. Like, she was crying, she was looking at the Tron, and she was trying her best to look angry, but she couldn't help but smile.
Yeah.
As if to say, is like, we did it. We just proved that we're as good as the guys. We can carry a main event. This is good. We've known that for years, because you go back to Lita v Trish Stratus when they main evented Raw.
They can do it.
Holy shit. That's the feeling I had. That was the feeling I had when it happened, and it was great. And now, again, we thought, all right, so they've made history. WWE have gone, all right, let's see how far we can push this. And you told me about this when it was just a rumor before it was confirmed.
Yeah.
For the first time in history, at the next Raw exclusive pay-per-view, Hell in a Cell, we're going to have the first ever women's Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah, which goes back to NXT with Bayley and Sasha Banks when they did the first ever 50-minute Iron Woman match.
Exactly.
Which was incredible.
Yeah, a really great match. And to me, it's mind-boggling, because when you think of Hell in a Cell, you don't think of all the matches that have happened. You think of a select few. And you think
one in particular on the top list.
Yeah, one that created the list. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah,
one that
definitely.
will never be removed from the number one position
Nope.
ever. When
Sorry,
man,
ladies.
sorry, ladies, it won't. As great as the women's
No way.
division is, it will be a close. It will be number one on the women's one if they do any more.
Oh, yeah,
But
definitely.
in the total reality of it all, nothing beats Taker v Mankind in Hell in a Cell, and this is why I'm scared.
Yeah, they're not going to do something crazy like that, especially
Like,
with Sasha.
Again, like all the Hell in
great finish.
all the Hell in a Cell matches we've had in the PG era, we'll call it, or the new era, they've been quite tame. Yes, there's been some crazy spots. The craziest one being when Shane jumped it off the top of the cell onto
yeah.
the announce table on, at WrestleMania against the Undertaker. But even again, that wasn't as bad as the Mick Foley one because, of course, it was controlled, it was safe.
Shane walked like the next night or something.
Yeah, Shane was
on Raw.
Shane was up. Well, Shane got up during the match, so it was.
Yeah.
He was fine. Mick Foley was stretched out
Yeah.
twice.
We joke about Cena being Super Cena, fucking Super
Yeah.
Mick.
Super, like that, and it's like that. But I'm apprehensive, but I'm looking forward to
Definitely.
the Hell in the Cell. So. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. Again, Hell in the Cell. Next, there's 3 Hell in the Cell matches. I might get a bit bored, but we'll have to see what happens like that.
I gotta say, I am looking forward to the main event for Hell in a Cell, the Universal Title match.
Yeah.
I want to see what Kevin Owens could do in that match.
Yeah, Kevin Owens.
I'm a KO mark.
Yeah, well, KO.
You're an AJ Styles mark. I'm a KO mark.
Well, I'm a KO mark. I fucking love. I second F bomb. I love Kevin Owens. I loved him when he was in ROH.
Yeah.
I love it's like that. I love all the guys because these are the guys that were said they'd never make it in WWE, and yet here we are.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Speaking of people who wouldn't make it in the WWE, the cruiserweights.
Heath Slater.
he's more over now than he's ever been. What you on about?
Oh yeah.
The again,
Cruiserweights are back.
like the cruiserweights are back, and they are back with a vengeance. Holy heck.
Yes.
If anyone watched the CWC, there were names in that tournament like Kota Ibushi, Gran Metalik, the Brian Kendrick, Akira Tozawa, Jack Gallagher, who is a big British wrestling icon. I want to say he is one of the biggest, best wrestlers in Britain today. You had Zack Sabre Jr. It was a star-studded roster, all competing for what we thought was just a fancy trophy.
No.
No, my friends. We get to the end, and it's Gran Metalik versus TJP, TJ Perkins, who no one thought would get through. No one thought Gran Metalik would get to the final. Everyone thought it was going to be Kota Ibushi because.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You say Kota Ibushi. Look at the accolades that guy's got.
Yeah.
There's
Ibushi,
a reason.
I thought it was gonna be. I thought Kendrick was gonna go all the way.
I thought Kendrick was going to go all the way.
Yeah.
I did, but of course it ended up with that, and of course, along with the trophy, Triple H unveiled the brand new WWE Cruiserweight belt.
Mm-hmm. Which
Now,
looks really good.
It looks nice. It's great. I love the purple strap like that. And a lot of people are saying, why is TJP the first ever Cruiserweight champion? He's not the first ever Cruiserweight champion. Correct. TJP is not the first ever Cruiserweight champion, but he is the first WWE Cruiserweight champion. Because a little known fact, the Cruiserweight belt was taken from WCW.
Yes, he is. Yes, it was.
So it, WWE really didn't. They had their light heavyweights, which was just a farce. So like that. So this is now the new WWE Cruiserweights, and holy hell, are those matches fun!
Oh yeah, they're amazing.
I'm
and
sorry.
what I like about the division is, you had, all the guys that stood out, the guys who made it to the finals. Well, everyone stood out in the tournament, but they're giving everyone a sort of equal opportunity to shine. everyone is sort of going over at their own pace. If that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely, because like that, and they hype it up on because the Cruiserweight division is exclusive to Raw. You can only see it on Raw. And they make a big deal of it. The way they conduct the match, like bringing them to the middle, shake hands. The ropes are taped up purple. Shout out to the crew that does that in the time that they have to do it.
Yeah,
Literally
they got the CWC logo as well.
They
I
got the
think in the
season-
corners.
in the corners like that. They hype it up a lot, and it's really really
Yeah.
cool. And it's just cool to see the smaller guys get the shot, because a lot of people, I say this all the time. Yes, it's the cruiserweight title, but it's on the same level as the Super Junior Heavyweight title in Japan, which is the same as the cruiserweights. It's just called Super Junior.
An old saying in the business, it's the man who makes the belt.
Yeah, it is. It's the man who makes the belt, and it's a world title.
Yeah.
It may not
definitely. Yeah,
say world cruiserweight title, but it's a world title for that weight class.
Yeah.
That belt, and I will argue this point to anyone, that belt is on the same level as the WWE or the Universal title. No ifs, ands, or buts. And like that. And the one thing I love about the cruiserweight division is that it's brought fun back to wrestling.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
How often would you watch a match and just like, yeah, this is a great match, but I'm not having fun?
It's like going, it's like going back to that Charlotte and with Sasha Banks thing, but with that spot that she did.
Yeah.
You see that regularly in the cruiserweights, and you just get like it gets you out of your fucking seat.
Yeah, a lot
Sorry
of people
for the F-bomb, but it does.
Yeah, a lot of people say the cruiserweight division is nothing but a spot monkey fest, but it's not.
Oh no.
It's so good. You got guys like, and this is my, like, I'm a massive TJP fan. His entrance is the littest freaking entrance in WWE right now. I don't care what anyone says. It is fantastic. If you haven't seen it, it's Playing with Power. Check it out. It's so good. But there's one guy in the cruiserweight division, and there's one guy who's currently on NXT. He's currently on NXT as well. As soon as his music hits, you can't help but smile. And it's Rich Swann.
Definitely.
I
think that guy can dance.
The guy can dance, and you know a guy is over when he's coming down. He's got that song playing, but everyone is singing Lionel Richie's All Night Long. Because that was the song he used to come out to. And it's so good, and it's fun, it's energetic, it's cool to see, and it's so good. So good.
Not many people can pull off the pink trunks, but he does it very well.
Yeah, you got a point. Yeah, pink trunks with the wings on them.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's fantastic. And again, shout out to WWE for doing the cruiserweights justice. This is Triple H's brainchild. I don't care what anyone says. I think he's got full control over it. And the way it's been booked so far has been great. Every time I see the cruiserweight competitors come out, I think, yeah, this is cool. Sin Cara is now a member of the cruiserweight division.
Yeah.
Which is, again,
I'm kind of gutted. I'm kind of gutted that Kalisto is actually on the SmackDown roster now, because he would have been perfect.
He would have been perfect for the division, but he's kind of just been lost in the shuffle of that.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
Like that. The one thing I'm quite surprised at is that they haven't announced Neville.
Yeah, not yet. No,
not yet. Now, whether they're holding out or whether because he doesn't want to be a part of it is a different thing. But
yeah,
time will tell.
The belt would look good on him because of the purple, and that's kind of his color.
Yeah, well, the cape and everything like that. The man that gravity forgot, Adrian Neville, with one of the most beautiful finishers.
Red Arrow.
The red.
Look it up.
It's like I'm gonna do a shooting star press, but I'm gonna twist in the middle of the air and do it. More power to you, man, like that. And it's just cool to see all these people and all these wrestlers from different parts of the world come together and just be like, right, yeah, this is it. You got guys like Drew Gulak, Tony Nese, Lindsay Dorado, the Golden Links, Grand Metalik, coming from CMLL.
Oh, Grand Metalik is awesome.
From CMLL, the oldest wrestling promotion in the world. It's based in New Mexico. The greats like Mil Mascaras, Dos Caras, Rey Mysterio Senior. That's where that is the birthplace of Lucha Libre, and it's great to see that they acknowledged it, and now their guys have gotten a shot in WWE, and it's fantastic. And I cannot wait for, even though it's happened 3 times already, I cannot wait to see TJP and Brian Kendrick fight again for the Cruiserweight Gold, and let's see if they will put the belt on Kendrick.
Yeah, I am actually hoping that Kendrick will come out on top on that one, and that next match will be at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, that will be at Hell in a Cell. So
yeah.
And
not done with the cruiserweights just yet because of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic as well,
Yeah, exactly. I referenced
which we wanted to bring up.
I referenced NXT, that rich guys from NXT like Rich Swann like that. And it's there. Currently happening in NXT is
Mm-hmm.
the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. Now, for those who aren't big on wrestling, Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream,
Legend,
one of the greatest talkers on the microphone.
definitely, without a doubt.
Simply because of his speech impediment.
Yeah, let's be honest. Not just that, but also
And
his
not,
charisma
and it wasn't
as well.
his speech impediment. It's the fact that he had a speech impediment. Yet
Yeah,
he carried when he had that microphone. You didn't care. It was like, yeah, I've got this, but this is real talk. I'm going to do this. He was one of the best talkers on the mic, one of the best charismatic guys like that. Given a shit gimmick, and he took it to the moon and back. And when he passed away, the NXT roster and the NXT staff and Triple H himself decided to honor him with a tournament of the best tag teams from NXT and from the independent circuits.
oh,
And
one of those teams mentioned though.
yeah, but like in the again, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, no WWE contracts at all. They were brought in for the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. Again, they were indie stars. Right after their first match in the Tag Team Classic, instant WWE contracts, and they are now in the main event picture along with the Revival, Dash and Dawson on NXT. But moving into the second one now, some of the teams that have been announced, like
I told you one, and you
Oh
just
my God.
I knew you'd mark out.
Hideo Itami, aka Kenta, one of the greatest wrestlers on this planet, teaming up with the Golden Star Kota Ibushi. I shit you not, I marked out.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, Ibushi's staying for one more round before he goes back to Japan. I'm so glad.
Yeah, man.
It's so good. And another tag team that was announced, which has been making waves. You got one of my guys, Ty Dillinger, the Perfect 10, who is over and has been over in NXT for years.
Oh yeah.
Teaming up with the Glorious One.
Glorious.
I mean, I know I said Miz is the second coming of Ric Flair. Let's face it, Bobby Roode is just Ric Flair but younger.
I actually think looking back, he reminds me of a Harley Race.
Oh yeah, man, yeah. Harley Race is like that. He definitely suits that. But the way he talks and the way he carries himself is very.
Oh yeah.
He's like an amalgamation of them all. But Glorious 10, it was something they had to do. My only issue is I think they're going out in the first round.
Yeah, because of the debut in New Faction, which features Eric Young. Spoiler alert.
Sanity. Yeah,
Sanity,
spoiler
yeah.
alert. Yeah. As soon as they said Sanity, I thought to myself, hang on a minute, Eric Young's just signed with them.
Yeah.
There it is. Whoever the other two are, I don't care.
I don't know them.
No,
I know it's a female and a guy.
Yeah, it's not going to be OGB,
Actually, no,
is it?
No, it's not. But it's two. God, I would love that actually. Can you imagine OGB in the fucking women's division? Jesus, that would be awesome.
That would be cool. It'd be like awesome.
But yeah, no, it's two guys. One of them is a crazy looking ginger with a big beard, and the other is a really tall guy. Like looks like a little bit like Braun Strowman but smaller, and some woman who I've never seen. Yeah, but Eric Young's obviously the main guy that stands out in that group.
Yeah. Because he made a one-off appearance at NXT when Joe won the title. So it's going to be good to see that. And again, of course, this will then build a rivalry between Bobby Roode, the Glorious One, and Ty Dillinger, the Perfect 10. Great booking if this is how it's going to happen. I hope it does. Like that. But going forward into the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, the obvious favourites are the guys being led by Paul Ellering, the Authors of Pain. I am not a Paul Ellering fan.
No, but say that, but I
honest to God, can't stand it when these wrestlers who are from a time gone by come back to try and soak up a little bit of the spotlight. I hate it. I don't like the way Paul Ellering operates. I think the Authors of Pain need to drop him fast, but that's my opinion. I don't discount what Paul Ellering did for wrestling and the way he conducted himself in the ring. fantastic wrestler. He was one of the pioneers of the mind games angle. You know, so, and if it wasn't for guys like him, we wouldn't have guys like Undertaker, Bray Wyatt, or Triple H playing the, you know, again, the mind games and the getting into the head of people. So, again, but no, Razor and, is it Razor? Akam and Razor, the authors of Pain? I never
Oh
remember
god,
the
yeah,
names.
something like that.
That,
Result sounds familiar. Yeah.
massive guys like that, very good.
Huge.
The only tag team I think will do them any damage are the Wonder Boys from Australia themselves, TM61.
Now saying that, but one of my favorites in the Dusty Classic, you mentioned that they are the favorites, but personally, the favorites for me would have to be the Revival.
You know what? I can't disagree with you there.
Mm.
Dash and Dawson, no flips, just fists.
Yeah,
It's old school smash mouth wrestling,
yeah.
and they're good. However, again, I just don't see them winning it because, of course, they are the tag team champions. You know, they don't need another accolade currently. Who knows? It might happen, it might not, but we'll see.
Or at least have him knock off the auras of pain, and
yeah,
then
if-
face
yeah.
who they rivaling with? You mentioned them earlier.
Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano.
Yeah, Ciampa and Gargano. Yeah, have them sort of
Yeah.
knock off a Revival and possibly go on to win the whole thing.
Yeah, that'd be quite cool. Although I think the dark horse in this tournament, again, Kota Ibushi and Hideo. I think if they won it all, I'd be quite happy with that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That
I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who wins. You know, it's all to honor the memory
it's all
of
for
Dusty
Dusty,
Rhodes.
the American Dream.
Yeah,
So
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So that will just about do it for WWE news. We're gonna move on now to rumors.
This is my territory.
Rumors and general wrestling news, because of course I don't just want to talk about WWE. I want to talk about wrestling in general. Gabe, what have you got for me?
Okay, so we've come off the press hot with the news that came out, I believe it was yesterday, with Paige again.
Oh,
That's going to be
God.
kicking us off. Yeah, so Paige has...
I said we don't want to do WWE, but this is something that needs to be talked about, actually.
I've got a few things that are WWE related, but I've also got a few things that aren't necessarily WWE related. So we got Paige with a 60-day suspension that came out. She claims that it was a for prescribed medication from the doctors.
Which is something she is on. I want to point out
That is true, yeah. But she is on.
it is a medical thing that she has to take. It's just,
Yeah.
again,
Basically, the way prescribed drugs works, because obviously the WWE have a wellness policy, it needs to be approved by the WWE doctors. But actually, the WWE have responded to her tweets and her sort of reply to the suspension, saying that she was actually tested for something that wasn't prescribed, and that was actually, on the system for being an illegal drug.
Damn.
So we don't have any more details on what that could be, but
No, they'll
yeah.
keep that quiet.
Yeah. Rumor going around as well about this is onto the next subject I found about Eric Rowan. And I've actually seen the video,
Yeah,
which is
he's-
kind of creepy as shit.
He's getting a makeover, isn't he? Like,
The video that I saw on his Twitter, and you can check it out on Eric Rowan's Twitter, is he took his sheep's mask and he proceeded to literally bury it into the ground. And then I had a bit of a jump scare moment, because heads up if you do watch the video, because at the end it is a bit of a jump scare. But yeah, it had the whole like innocent sort of country sort of guy singing a song in the background, But he needs something done, because bless him, he's a giant guy, he's a monster. Yeah, he's a bit sloppy in the ring, but that's his style.
yeah,
But he proceeds to be buried, and he needs something done with him.
the whole Wyatt family gets buried. Bray Wyatt, the eater of pinfalls.
Yeah, that's true. But I have high hopes for Strowman and Harper, to be honest. But
Yeah, I
Rowan
do.
seems to be the baby lamb of the
Yeah,
flock.
yeah.
So what else we got? Del Rio has been named. Yeah, after shitty year that he's had, you know, what with being released or quit
Nah,
from
he
WWE.
he wasn't released. He
He
left
quit.
because he was
He
promised
left, yeah.
stuff, and he said, you know what, screw you.
Which is
Let's...
fair enough, yeah. I agree with him there. So yeah, fair enough. He was supposed to get a main event push and, you know, broken promises.
Didn't get it. Yeah.
Then he gets stabbed,
Yeah. Now.
which was brutal.
Yeah.
But
Now.
the second one to get stabbed, actually, I think it was Jamie Noble who was also
Yes, Jamie Noble
attacked
was
with a
stabbed,
knife.
but yeah, Del Rio got stabbed, and he was supposed to be main eventing a AAA event, and AAA thought he just no-showed, and they posted
No.
saying
Yeah.
they apparently they posted stuff like in local Mexico.
He let the
news.
Mexican people down,
Yeah,
and
that comes out later that he got stabbed, and they were like, "Oh shit!"
yeah, they retracted it. Which,
Yeah,
you
they
know,
retracted it and
he
they
just- he
apologized.
explained
It's
it,
like,
yeah.
I mean, dude, this wasn't like oh screw you, I hear it. This was a premeditated attack. Like someone wanted to
Yeah.
stab him. This was like a mugging. It's like
Yeah, so
holy shit.
it was the same
Del
with-
Rio is a wealthy man.
Yeah, it was the same with Jamie Noble.
Yeah.
The Jamie Noble incident happened because of what turned out to be road rage. Because apparently Jamie Noble cut the guy off, and he obviously apologized. You know, when confronted, as he would.
Yeah.
But these guys were so hot, they ended up attacking him, and he ended up getting stabbed a few times in the back.
That.
You know, thank God that they're both okay.
Yeah.
But on the positive side of this Del Rio news, he's been made the president for Combat Americans, which is an MMA promotion. So
never.
yeah, so
that's quite
good
cool. I
on
didn't
Del
know
Rio.
that.
Yeah.
Because Del
This
Rio
one
did have an MMA career before he became a wrestler, didn't he? So
he did, yeah. He was actually in a mixed. He actually wore a mask and did
yeah, in
MMA
honor
for a
of-
while.
in honor of his uncle, Mil Mascaraz. The
Probably
only-
should have gone down the wrestling route though,
Yeah,
because he got knocked
yeah.
out pretty bad.
Yeah, the only luchador to not reveal his face in public, like at all,
Yeah,
to this day.
I will say Mil Mascaraz's face scares me. And he still he
he's
still won't
wearing a
pull
mask.
people over. he's still, yeah, his eyes look like sort of distorted. You saw that Randy Orton promo No Mercy, it looked like that.
Do you think the mask has like made his head shrink?
Possibly.
Like his head shrink, but as he's lifted weight, his
But
body's
he
just gotten bigger.
He refuses to put people over. He's like Hulk Hogan back in the fucking old
Yeah, no,
days.
he doesn't.
And he's
put
still going.
anyone over at all.
And it's hilarious.
It's like
but,
whenever
oh.
they announce some mask v mask and it's Mil Mascaras on the line, you said, "All right, who's losing their mask now?" Then
Yeah, GG.
it's not Mil Mascaras. I can fucking tell you that.
Nope. If it is, he'll only lose one of them because he's the man who throws the masks. But
man.
moving on, we got this news which actually came out as recently as well. Matt Hardy, his Twitter's been blowing up, saying that he's interested, and this will move on to the next topic as well. He's interested in his contract's coming up with TNA. He's actually interested in purchasing the company, which is actually in dire need because it's suffering from huge financial struggles. Like they keep getting bailed out and bailed out and bailed out.
Can't pay the talent. Can't pay their staff.
They can't do shit. Like they thought Bound for Glory would be the last pay-per-view, but you know they got another bailout. So yeah, but yeah, Matt Hardy's interested in purchasing the company, and I believe both him and Jeff's contracts are up. So maybe we'll see them
Well,
make a return to
I
WWE.
know Matt Hardy is signed with WCPW.
Yeah, yeah.
For a few in a short-term contract.
Yeah.
So,
You know what? I would like to see Jeff Hardy in New Japan. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I'd like to see him go to New Japan.
Yeah. And this is something that I wanted to move on to as well from the TNA thing. It's obviously the talks about, you know, potential buyers is WWE as well. Obviously the
Yeah.
big guy.
Yeah.
And
Vinnie Mac himself.
yeah, and I don't know if they've actually have purchased it or not, or if they're still in
I
talks. Because I
don't
saw
think-
one post where I saw that they actually did buy it. But
I don't think he has bought it. I know he has bought something.
yeah. But anyway, I want to bring up this a rumor slash early plans, but I've actually got the tables right in front of me right now of the WWE network of adding their tiers in.
Yeah.
So we got 4 different plans. One of them is going to be completely free, and you'll get all video clips which are less than 5 minutes each.
So it's like YouTube for WWE.
Yeah, it's like
Network.
it's like the WWE YouTube channel, but on the network.
Yeah.
Access to all content and video archive, including live events for 30 days after they air, but that's only for 5 hours per month for plan 1. Access to 20. Yeah.
Well, hang on. What? So what? Like, so the people paying $9.99 now will only get 5 hours worth of content.
No, this is for free. This is for free.
Oh, right. I get you. Okay, cool.
access to a 24-hour stream of scheduled programming, excluding live pay-per-views, NXT and the CWC, which I will get into in a second because that's going to happen.
Oh,
They're going to
man,
be
people
like
are going to
lots.
exploit this.
Yeah, they're going to be loads more of commercials. They're going to be watch on all devices, and yeah, that's the free plan.
Yeah,
Now,
people are gonna. Sorry to interrupt, but people can exploit that
Yeah.
because how many people do you know watch wrestling and don't have at least 12 mates they watch it with?
exactly, yeah.
You're gonna make it like that. You get what, 5 hours of free footing. One account can watch a single pay-per-view. Then another guy's account can watch it. If it's a free account, all you gotta do is log into it. That is gonna be exploited so much, and they may lose revenue on that.
Possibly, yeah. I want to get into the second plan, which is you get the 4 big pay-per-views, which are WrestleMania, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, and what's the other one?
SummerSlam?
SummerSlam. Yeah, that's it. You get to watch new weekly NXT episodes, which are pre-recorded in Plan 2. You get access to all the video archives, but that's unlimited in
Wait,
this
hang on,
plan.
you get TNA on the WWE Network?
Did I say? I said NXT. Sorry, my bad.
I was gonna say, wait, what?
Saying that though, I'm coming to that. And you get to watch from the Plan 2 one. Well, you only get to watch from a phone and a tablet only on devices, so it's not on all devices. Whereas the free plan is on all devices.
Who's gonna watch that?
This is for yeah. So that's the and that's limited commercials as well. Yeah. That's the $4.99 plan. The $9.99 plan is what we got now.
You can watch everything for just a limited monthly fee.
And then that brings me to plan number 4 for $14.99 a month.
Shit.
Oh, saying that though, I want to go back to the $9.99 a month. Sorry, the NXT weekly episodes will be live.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
That's on the
like
$9.99.
That's cool.
But for
that.
Yeah, same for $14.99 a month. That will be a live NXT episode as well. No commercials on the $14.99 plan. You can watch on all devices.
We get no
enjoy
commercials
fan
on the
perks.
$9.99 plan currently.
Yeah,
because NXT
you can enjoy
is a WWE show. So
yeah, you get we got an experience section here. So you got exclusive perks like fan perks, early event tickets access, offline content download, Hall of Fame voting. So you get to vote who goes into the Hall of Fame, which is a huge thing.
Yeah. Have they run out of
group
people they can decide on now then? We can put in the Hall of Fame. I don't know.
Is Doink the Clown in the Hall of Fame?
No, but oh my god.
You get exclusive deluxe fan perks.
Faster than anything.
Second screen content invites to exclusive in-person VIP meetups as well for the $14.99 deluxe fan perks. Access to now this is a big one. Access to independent wrestling content, and it's kind of funny that they call it independent, to be honest. And this is such as TNA and Ring of Honor.
Yep. Vinnie Mac himself was like, you know what, screw it, and he bought the video library from TNA.
Mm-hmm.
He just opened up his checkbook and wrote a 4-digit number, which is like 10 quid to him.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't understand. Vince McMahon wipes his ass with $100 bills. This is a guy.
He probably does.
Yeah. This is one of the richest men on the planet, the pioneer of wrestling. This is and I believe this is the first nail in TNA's coffin. Vinnie Mac walked in, put his dick on the table, just went, "You're my bitch now."
Yeah. But this opens up the door for other wrestling promotions. Maybe New Japan.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. I wouldn't call New Japan fucking independent, but
No, New Japan is not independent. However, New Japan
but
already have a healthy working relationship with WWE.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe we'll even see down the line Lucha Underground. God forbid. Maybe we'll even see. We all know the working relationship between Evolve and WWE. So.
But
yeah, that would definitely on the cost.
And this is what I know where you're leading with this one, and this was the one that surprised me the most when you told me.
Mm-hmm.
It was Ring of Honor, wasn't it?
For Ring of Honor, yeah.
Ring of Honor, a company that in the past years have publicly slated WWE, now have their video library and other events on the WWE network.
But again, this is just the the sort of plans, the early
Yeah.
plans for what they plan to do
Yeah.
with the network for the
But
tiers.
they've gone public now with their working relationship, which I find odd.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's great. So,
Yeah.
because I love Ring
And-
of Honor.
Yeah, and one last thing I want to bring up as well. You mentioned right at the start of the podcast that you feel like there's too much wrestling content out there now for the WWE.
Yeah.
Well, now there's going to be even more added because not only are they going to add all this onto it, but what was expected to be a year-round tournament for Cruiserweight Classics, that's now going to be a weekly show on the
Yeah.
WWE Network.
Yeah. I
Possibly
remember
exclusively
this.
to the network.
Yeah, I think it'll be I don't think it will be in the same vein as the Cruiserweight Classic, though. I don't think it'll be a tournament. I think it will
No,
be a show just
its
to
own
highlight
show, yeah.
Cruiserweights. Kind of like
I believe so, yeah.
Velocity or Heat.
I miss those.
I do. Because let's face it, Superstars doesn't get any freaking... It might replace Superstars.
Oh god, I hope so.
Superstars doesn't get any...
Or main event.
Or main event, no. But main event is more a house show thing.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
It's in a different vein. Superstars doesn't get anything. So I hope like that, and I hope they keep the Cruiserweight Classic as like a year-long thing, which culminates in the winner of the Cruiserweight Classic getting a shot at the current Cruiserweight champion, which would be great.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm obviously gonna move this on because that's all I got for the news. But it was announced on SmackDown this week about the Survivor Series.
Yeah, it was, and
three different matches.
Yeah, and this is moving into the next segment of our personal highlights, standout superstars, and predictions going forward. This is the final quick wrap up now to the podcast.
Yeah.
Three traditional Survivor Series matches
for each division.
For each division, sans the Cruiserweight division, because SmackDown doesn't have anyone.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, maybe they'll have the Hornswoggle division on SmackDown. I don't know.
Kalisto could carry us. The SmackDown
Kalisto! Shit, I'm the only guy here under 205 pounds. No, yeah, like, and I knew it. We knew it was coming.
Yeah,
we knew it was coming. It's bragging rights, but at Survivor Series. What I found interesting was that they wanted to do a tag team one.
So I was thinking about that
teams.
One.
That's
so I was thinking
10
it's
men.
10v10.
That's 10 men on one team.
And trust me, I've actually written who I would pick to go on each team, like for the traditional Survivor Series match for the tag team and the women's one.
Do you mean the only 5 tag teams on SmackDown against?
Yeah. you think that was rough? I had to look through the Raw women's division, and that was a stretch.
Oh God!
All of this was a stretch. I got right. You know what? I'm actually going to read out my picks for SmackDown, okay? I got, obviously, American Alpha, Hype Bros, Rhino and Slater, and I got the Ascension as my Team SmackDown tag team.
Yeah.
Raw tag team. Sheamus Cesaro, Enzo and Cass, Golden Truth, Shining Stars, and Bo and Axel. Not the New Day, in case they are to end up defending the titles, which they should do, because,
That's fair. I don't want the champions in those matches. I don't want the women's champion against... Although...
I have got Becky Lynch on my list.
Yeah, considering like the main events that they're building up for the women's titles, maybe they should have the women's champion in those matches. Maybe that would, and they should be the only ones.
Yeah, maybe they'll be the team captains.
Yeah, maybe
Team Sasha versus Team Becky. I'd like to see that.
Yeah,
I didn't even think of that, but
yeah, same.
So I want to read out the teams I got for the women's and the main event one. I got Naomi was my first pick, and she's my standout superstar
that has improved and improved and improved.
Yeah, she is my standout star. I will give Naomi credit where credit is due.
Naomi.
I still hate her fucking rear end move. Though.
She doesn't do it
needs
though.
to get rid of it.
She doesn't.
She did it once.
But it's not a finisher. It's her triangle chokehold now.
Yeah, which I'm very, thank God for that. Naomi's definitely my standout star. She's my first one.
Sorry, you so fuck you.
So we got Naomi, Nikki Bella, Natalia, Becky Lynch, and you're gonna hate me for this, but I can see I'm only putting her name down because I can see them doing it. Eva Marie.
Yeah, Eva Marie. It is.
Yeah,
it's one of those things. Although she's dyed her hair jet black.
Yeah, which is weird. It'll go back red eventually.
I doubt
Not
it.
so all red everything.
I think she's gonna be Sister Abigail, but
that's a different story for a different day.
Oh God, please no. Okay, so
So,
Team
yeah.
Raw on the women's is Bailey, Summer Rae, Lana, and Charlotte, and Nia Jax. Look at the Raw roster and you come up with a better one, okay?
Well, no, the Raw roster has more women on it, so
You'd be surprised. I was looking at it, I was like,
what we've
Wait,
got Bailey, Sasha,
Bailey, Sasha, Charlotte, those are the main
Charlotte,
ones, obviously. Nia.
Nia Jax.
I mean, other than that, it's Lana, Summer Rae. I mean, it's... You struggle. You will struggle. Okay.
I'm already struggling.
Yeah. So I got the SmackDown main event and I got the Raw main event. So, and I got interesting names in both of these because I think it's a nice sort of even playing field. It's a chance to let like the mid-card guys shine on it as well. So Team Raw, I'll start that off first for my Survivor Series picks. The Big Show, Jericho, Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns, and Braun Strowman. Not a bad team right there.
See that.
Yeah. Raw being the power brand and all that. So,
Yeah,
Team SmackDown, led by John Cena. I guess Raw would be led by Roman Reigns. But led by SmackDown, SmackDown is Cena, Ziggler. I got Kane, Apollo Crews, because we have, but Crews isn't really doing anything, so it would be a good sort
Cruz hasn't been around.
position for him. Yeah. And honestly, my main pick for Team SmackDown, and this is an interesting one, mainly because I want to see him sort of turn heel in a match, and I'll give him a big boost. Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin is a heel.
I know he's a heel, but okay, like more of a heel.
How can you
Like,
get more heel than a guy who hates everyone?
By hating his own teammates, and like, look at the names I've mentioned: Cena, Ziggler, Kane.
Yeah,
he turns
maybe,
up one of those
yeah,
guys.
Maybe he screws over SmackDown. That's not a bad show.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see Corbin feud with Cena.
Yeah,
to be honest,
yeah, that's fair.
give him like one of the not the main event push, but like near top mid card push.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are my picks for the Survivor Series team.
Oh, that's fair. I haven't given it much thought, to be honest.
No,
Because it's too early to tell. We've still got.
it is too early. Yeah.
My standout superstars, or superstar, is the Phil-Am Flash himself, TJP. I think he's doing a great job. Yeah, I think he's doing a great job as Cruiserweight Champion. I think it's a long time coming. That my personal highlights from this, let's say, chapter of WWE, for me personally, it has been the women's division. It's been Sasha v Charlotte. I've been invested in it. It's been great. So that for me, that's my personal highlight. So I mean, I think that just about wraps up everything for this first episode of Smark Talk. If you're still with us after all this time, thank you. We'll try not to ramble on as much as we did.
Yep.
In the next one, if there's another one, who knows? But from me, thank you very much for listening. I've been your host, Twitch. Thank you once again to Gabriel for joining me.
Pleasure to be here as always.
And we will see you all next time, wrestling folks. Until then, take it easy.